What's going on, guys? Welcome to a very special edition of my Geektastic vlog, morning edition. This is about as early as you'll probably get anything from me because I'm not a morning person. I'm still having my big old cup of coffee. I usually need about 2 or 3 of these before I could really say the day started. But we gotta get some AGDQ, awesome games, done quick. Finally got it right. I always get it backwards. We get some hype, because they freaking raise over $1 million when, I don't know, I blinked. I was watching the final hours. I finally ended up passing out. Cause I don't get much sleep, so when I finally fall asleep, I try to take advantage of it. But they were at like 800K or so, and then I find out that they raised over $1.3 million for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. That is fantastic. So happy for you guys. And I gotta say that AGDQ, Games Done Quick, Speed Demos Archive, I'm gonna see another one, Speedrunners Live, or Speedruns Live, I think it's called, and all their sponsors and affiliates. You guys have opened up not just speedrunning to a wider community, but you've also, opened up video gaming as a whole to a wider community, and that's freaking awesome. Just for the record too, save the animals. Hashtag save the animals. So to throw it out there. I wrote a little love letter. It's kind of a bit of a rant to the speedrunner community and AGDQ, I thought I should share my story of how I perceived speedrunning when it first started to get really big, because it's been around for a long time, right? The hardcore gamers always had that as like a badge of honor. It's like, well, you beat the game, which usually that's enough, right? Especially during the NES era and all that stuff. Games were unforgiving, but it wasn't enough just to beat the game. Be a completionist. You had to beat it fast, quickly. 100% sure, but what was your time? So speedrunning was just kind of this elitist thing, but and a very exclusive kind of club. But it's come a long way. So I have to say that it's what they're doing to bring it to grow just gaming as a whole is fantastic. I also want to give a shout out to Cupcakenoms, because I know even though she was streaming and wasn't really supporting AGDQ, she's, it's hard when you're when you have your own brand, you're creating your own content, you're a creative, supporting other causes is hard. You create content, it's hard to consume or support other content, so we kind of end up living in our own little bubbles. I put aside my streaming during this event as much as possible, because I think preventing cancer and fighting cancer, that's a huge cause. It's something that hits home for me, and maybe I'm a little selfish about it, but I'm just tired of hearing bad news because of cancer. So what these guys are doing is amazing. Gosh, I can't even fathom raising $13 on my channel on some days, but $1.3 million, that's insane. And I mean, even I'm looking at a donation tracker. Twitch Interactive even put Twitch themselves, the guys behind Twitch themselves, they actually donated $8,450 in the last couple of hours. It looks like the stream finally finished around 5:30 a.m. Twitch even left a comment with it too, so that's really cool. Twitch HQ, which apparently is separate from Twitch Interactive Incorporated, donated a similar amount. The Yeti went crazy. But the big brunt of the biggest single donation was Humble Bundle, which I ended up getting the last minute, even though I really don't have the money, to be honest. But I had to support this somehow. I said, all right, I can get some games to stream. It's a win-win situation. That Humble Bundle raised over 191K. That is insane. A lot of anonymous donations, people that just donated, didn't want any kind of shout out or anything in return. That's fantastic, and it goes to show that even though 2014 had a lot of saltiness, with things like Gamergate, where Gamergate and things like it. Gamergate is not alone, but things like that isolated segregated and further divided. I know a lot of those words mean the same thing, but I'm trying to emphasize it's just creating more rifts within the community. These kind of things are actually more of a bonding agent, and it's surprising because you would think that speedrunning wouldn't appeal to everyone, but to me, the appeal is I love games with high replay value. I love retro games, so they have a lot of that stuff over at Games Done Quick. But also as someone that's worked on video games and it loves game mechanics and game theory, I love how these guys deconstruct the games and turn them into their finer points, more granular points and parts, components, whatever, and use that to break the games. I know a lot of developers appreciate that too. It's like, man, I never intended my game to be played like this, but you figured it all out. That's really cool. When you figure out stuff that the developers themselves don't figure out, that's awesome. So big props to AGDQ. I could go on forever, but I want to get this video out here because there is a bonus stream in a little over a half hour, and it's gonna kick off with Super Smash Brothers, I believe, the finals for Smash Brothers Melee, the GameCube game, if I'm not mistaken. And then after that, they're doing a story mode run. This to kick off the bonus stream, so there'll probably be more after that. And shout out to Cupcakenoms. You are awesome. It was crazy. I enjoyed it. It was just overload for me being in two fantastic streams at the same time. And I know I talk a lot about AGDQ, but on the other side, I love supporting the smaller channels. Now, I love what AGDQ is doing, but Games Done Quick has such a huge following that it's not a very fun experience in the chat, sadly. This is one of the few small, massive channels that I support. I prefer the smaller channels, the channels that are growing, or that have grown, but have grown at a sustainable rate, because then you can actually engage the streamers and the people in the chat and get to know each other. And it's Twitch more than anything has become more and more about the people, the connections we make, than the games. The games are almost a byproduct, the way I feel. So Cupcakenoms gets my love because not only does she have a very professional, one of the most beautiful looking stream setups, and just the hardware, the design elements. Cupcake has some awesome things going on. The way she has her overlays do not overpower the main content. She's not trying to make her window, a third or half of the stream window. Everything is just so well balanced, and it makes me want to just put a little more effort into that stuff sooner than later. So Cupcakenoms, you are an inspiration, and I saw her channel peak at over 150 people yesterday. That's pretty freaking awesome for someone that isn't partnered and doesn't get to stream as often as she'd like. But she stayed on the grind. She's been consistent. I know I've seen a lot of people come and go. Cupcake, I wish the best for you, and I can only hope that I could have half of your motivation, half of your drive, and hey, maybe 10% of your audience, and I'll be happy. Because what an awesome community over there, Cupcakenoms. And actually, I gotta say, I'm gonna shout out these guys on my vlog. I'm letting them know. So when you shout people out, let them know. I'm not gonna give any links. They can find me. I'm easy enough to find. But now that the AGDQ main event is done, the chat's actually fun here on Games Done Quick. We got the gamer kid Karar, who says kill the trolls. It's Perfect 7. This is all over on Games Done Quick. During the events, it's crazy because it just scrolls so fast, and I'm glad they don't put it in sub-only mode, because I think sub-only mode should be used in small doses, if at all. But what else we got? It's Perfect 7 says I might just start putting my useless thoughts on the internet, hoping they make a difference. But really, I'm just a loser talking to nobody directly in an offline chat. Hey, everybody makes a difference, and I think this is something. This is proof of that. Brackless Sense replies to the Gamer Kid Carrara and said maybe there isn't a 100% charity, but both PCF, Prevent Cancer Foundation, and GDQ label themselves as 100% constantly. Oh, that's a good thing to know. I mean, and I feel when you put this kind of effort, I don't feel salty if they said right off the bat, hey, we're taking 10-20% of these donations towards our overhead and stuff. I mean, they take $50 if you want to attend the event live, which was in Virginia this year. I don't know if it always is, but they take $50 for attendance. But everything they get from donations is 100% donations supposedly. But if you take a little bit for yourself and you disclose that, I don't see anything wrong with that. Just because this is a really high production value setup. I'm sure a lot of people are volunteering, and it costs money to travel. That people who are volunteering taking money away from other things they could be doing, time away from other people they could be spending time with, or projects they could be investing in. So, you know, it's great. It's 100% towards charity, but hey, you know, the fact that they're doing this period is important. Now, it's the people that are shady and say it's for charity then use it for other means. You know, that's what you have to watch out for. What do we got here? Wow, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Colden is talking about Pikachu. No, Mike. Ooga Moonga hates YSG. Apparently, YSG is yellow shirt guy. And that's Elton John 007 saying that. Just doing a lot of random chat read and shout outs here. So Mark Ross WTR, I think is how you say it. They said, did they ever hit 1 million? Yes, they did. Over 1 million. Fayozerix, is the stream over? It is, but there's a bonus stream coming up. Now, this is an unofficial vlog for the event. I'm just a fan, a newfound fanboy getting hyped about this. Data Break says, Mother is not underrated. Mother 3 is really good, though. Mother is one of those games that got praised after the fact. And when it came out, it was expensive and kind of fell under the radar. That's why it's so hard to come by, because it didn't sell that well. BTW. And Mother is the same game as Earthbound, last I checked. I could be wrong. All charity, it's Perfect 7 says, all charities are bad unless the CEO goes bankrupt doing so. Don't you read the Bible? Aw. That's a Kappa sarcastic remark. Yeah, you know, I get it. Devour poverty has to be real. So apparently Save the Animals won. That's awesome. I don't know how you do the emote, but it works and it's available. Oh, and it's available for everybody, not just the subs. Oh no, just subs. The sub only emote. It's by the way, Save the Animals is from Metroid Prime and technically Metroid Fusion, but Metroid Prime you can save the animals and they're cute and then it's happy, or you can just run away. But there's a cute little alien with almost looks like Stitch with a heart over the head. I mean, there's a lot of people here in the chat. I can't possibly shout out everyone. We got Sinnigan, Jirip, Bcam Cool, NBM 2116, Tails _155, Sankis 24. Supposedly some girl ruined AGDQ. She had a position of power and made the no fun rules. I don't know. There's some video on YouTube apparently. Gosh, some of this text is hard to read in theater mode. White Tiger 44, Hunky Quirk, Mr. Monk 00, Octoman 75, Beamman 1337, or Elite if you prefer, and Tendo 64, Shadow Cecil, One Bag Travel. I like that name. Kurt's Balls, Muhubu, Nino Jazz. I mean, there's tons of people here. There's a lot of hype going on here while the channel's offline. And it's good, salt-free, friendly chat. That's awesome. So, I'm just gonna tell them you guys rock. I'm not even plugging my channel. I know people are funny about that, but that's awesome. That is awesome. So I gotta say that even if you're not interested in speedrunning, what they're doing here is important. It's opening up the gaming industry to a wider audience, and it's showing that gamers can stand united and work together on positive things, regardless of the differences, and that's important. But again, I'm gonna wrap this up. Shout out again to Cupcakenoms, and that's Noms, N-O-M-S. I'm gonna get this video uploaded. It's almost time for the bonus stream for AGDQ, and I think it's still taking donations. So who knows? Maybe we'll even hit 1.5 million or 2 million. We shall see. Take it easy, guys, and I'll catch you over on the Games Done Quick channel on Twitch.tv. Peace.